What's up? What's up?
Back again.
Yep.
Another episode. Episode 3. Let's give ourselves a round of applause for staying consistent.
Yes, we've been really consistent.
I like it.
I love this for us.
I like it. So what's been going on?
Nothing much. Just been cruising the internet.
I have too.
Really?
Have you seen that that new trend?
Yeah. There's so many trends, but which one are you referring to?
The one I'm referring to in particular is the one it's basically for married couples.
Okay.
And they record themselves and they say, "We listen but don't judge."
Yes, I have heard of that.
Okay.
Yes. It's funny because I recently saw I'm the type that I'd be watching all the YouTube T channels and stuff.
Got you.
Where they be giving all the YouTube drama. And I recently saw a couple on there, and they were doing the trend or whatever. And it was awkward because the husband had confessed that he dreams about sleeping with another woman. That was his confession.
Really?
Yes. And it wasn't just him saying that. It was everything he said with it that was really off-putting.
Okay.
Like to a lot of people. So he was saying things like, but don't ask me who it is. And the wife was just
really
like, well,
toxic.
who is it? He was like, don't ask me. I can't tell you who it is. Don't ask me who it is.
Oh, wow.
And then he said something else at the end. He was like, yeah, so I be dreaming about, other women. And then I wake up and kiss you in the morning.
I guess that reassurance.
Yeah.
I'm still here for you, babe.
It's
but,
just so awkward.
Yeah, the ones I've seen weren't that toxic.
Yeah. And then the wife was just like, okay, like, because he was like, so what's yours? Like, what's your, thing? And she was about to say, and then she was like, I can't even play anymore.
Oh, she just
like it threw her mood off. She couldn't even play. So
sweet. Wow.
Yeah. So that was an awkward one that caused a lot of controversy.
I just got an idea.
What?
Me and you.
Oh.
We got to do one. I wonder what information I can get out of you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We should give that a try.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
I'm about to script that out. I'm about to get my notes ready.
Maybe next episode.
Next episode. Oh, you want to do it on the podcast?
Oh, no. Off the podcast. We'll do it
yeah. Well, I think we should definitely do it off the podcast. Unless you're feeling froggy, then we can leave.
No,
Okay.
frog it off.
Excellent.
So, today I'm assuming we got some juicy stories.
We do.
I know I do.
Diving in the threads.
Yes. I know I got a juicy story today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm actually ready to get started.
Okay. Yeah. Well, you know what? I want to hear it. I think I went first last time.
Yeah,
so.
you did. So I'm ready to dive in.
Let's go. Dive in. Hold your nose.
Right.
Do you got to hold your nose when you dive in? I don't.
No, I don't. I don't know what you're implying, but I'm gonna just say no.
I'm just saying,
I'm
you can
say
take
no.
it. You can take it how you like.
Yeah.
There you go. We'll leave it at that.
Your inside jokes be crazy, so
That's not true.
Yeah.
My inside jokes are just inside.
That's that Scorpio energy. I know you hate when I say that, but you do. You got such strong Scorpio energy.
That's got nothing to do with anything.
You always hate when I say that. But anyway, so today's story, it's a juicy one.
Okay.
When I read it, I was like, okay, I got to share this. Okay. Am I the asshole for sleeping with my ex's side chick's fiance and getting pregnant?
Okay. You got to say that again. That hurt my brain. Okay. Let's go. Let's slowly.
Okay.
So everybody, including myself, can understand what you're talking about.
All right. Am I the asshole for sleeping with my ex's side chick's fiance and getting pregnant?
Wow. That's a lot going on there.
That is a lot. Yeah.
Ex's side chicks.
My ex's side chick.
Fiance. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds juicy.
This is a juicy one.
Let's hear it.
All right, let's get started. It says, all right, y'all, 29 female, just found out I'm pregnant. And guess who the dad is? It's seriously a whole mess, but he's the fiance of the woman my ex cheated on me with for years. I know, it's crazy. It honestly feels like I'm stuck in some type of reality show. It's just been a lot lately. So
I bet.
so let me back up. I was with my ex Eric, 30 male, for 5 years. I really thought we were solid, like couple goals and all that. Nope, turns out he was cheating on me the entire damn time with a woman we'll call Noelle, 30 female. And get this, she knew about me. She didn't care, like she'd flaunted, acting like being a side chick was something to brag about. I was furious. Broke up with Eric after being over it. No trying to reconcile, just ended things. But it ate me up. She just got to move on like nothing happened while I had to rebuild everything. I was pissed. So,
Understandably.
yes. Fast forward about a year, I'm at this event with some friends and I met this guy, Ryan, 32 male. He's cute, he's sweet, basically the polar opposite of Eric. We hit it off, started talking, and for the first time in forever, I felt like, okay, maybe I'm not completely broken. We kept it casual at first, just a vibe. But here's the gag. Ryan isn't just some random guy like I thought. He's Noelle's fiance. I was shook. Like, WTF, what are the odds?
It's a small world.
I know, right? Or they
Wow.
live in a small town. We didn't.
That too. That too.
Yeah, they didn't say where she was at. I should have walked away right then, but honestly, I was curious. I wanted to know what kind of dude would put up with her. At first, it wasn't even like that. Ryan and I were just two people venting about how much Noelle sucks. Turns out his relationship with her was falling apart. He starts telling me how shady she's been, hiding stuff, acting distant, all that. And I'm sitting there like, oh, you think that's bad? Sit down, buddy. So I told him everything. Let him know how Noelle was messing with my ex Eric for years, knowing damn well I was in the picture and all.
Some people just don't give a damn.
Yeah. He didn't believe me at first, which honestly I get. It's not exactly the kind of thing you want to hear about your fiance. But then he confronted her about it, and to my surprise, she admitted it. Every last thing, but of course, she tried to downplay it. She begged for forgiveness. She was all like, I ended things with him months ago, and I'm done with all that. And trying to convince him that she was a changed woman and that they could just move on from all of this. Despite all of that, he didn't break things off. I think part of him was in denial, hoping things could still work with Noelle. They'd been together for 10 years, so I guess it wasn't easy to just walk away. Honestly, after that, I thought that was it for us. Like, case closed, let's move on. But nope. We kept talking, and before I knew it, we got way too close. Yeah. This is
hot and heavy. Oh, no.
One night, we linked up and were both tipsy. Okay, more than a little. And things got deep, like deeper than they should have. He was spilling about how miserable he was with her, and I was unloading about everything Noelle and Eric put me through. It was one of those, how the hell did we end up here kind of nights. And then, yeah, it just happened. 1 second, we're both venting about how much she sucks, and the next, we're crossing lines we definitely shouldn't. I told myself it was one thing. I told myself it was a one-time thing. Just two people in a messy situation making a bad choice. But it wasn't. We kept talking, hanging out, texting all the time. It went from let's bond over how awful she is to something else entirely. Fast forward to now, and I'm pregnant. I told Ryan as soon as I found out, half expecting him to freak out or block me. I even thought he might ghost me, but he didn't. He just said, we'll figure it out. But then he says, I gotta tell Noelle.
Why?
Well, at this point, they're still together. They're still engaged.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I wasn't even, because remember, she just was venting with him. But yeah. But they said that.
Okay, I missed that part if they were still together.
Despite all of that, he didn't break things off. I think part of him was in denial, hoping things could still work with Noelle. They'd been together for 10 years, so I guess it wasn't easy to just walk away.
Okay.
So he didn't just break it off yet. Because remember, it also said that she begged for forgiveness. She was all like, I ended things with him months ago, I guess regarding to the ex.
So, I mean, all in all, he's like a certified plumber. Because he just laying that pipe.
Oh, I guess so.
Yeah. If chicks are just sticking around like that, he's doing something right. You know what I mean? I don't know.
So hold on. Let me okay. All right. So let me just restart this part. Fast forward to now, and I'm pregnant. I told Ryan as soon as I found out, half expected him to freak out or block me. I even thought he might ghost me, but he didn't. He just said, we'll figure it out. But then he says, I gotta tell Noelle. I wasn't even sure if that was a good idea yet. Everything was moving so fast, and I wasn't sure I was ready for the fallout, but he wouldn't drop it. So he told her, and wow, he said that she lost it. Screaming, crying, throwing stuff, full meltdown. She's saying I ruined her life, ruined her relationship, just going off. Ryan told me that he let her know that she actually ruined things when she lied and cheated for years. Hearing how that conversation played out was intense. I couldn't believe it. After that, they ended up calling off the engagement, and that was that. It's crazy to even think about. I never planned any of this, but here I am, and I can't help but feel guilty. I know this is messy, like really messy. I didn't choose any of this. It just kind of happened, but still, am I the asshole? So, and I do want to let you know there is an update, but I'll get to it in a minute. I do kind of want to give you some of the comments before we get to the update.
Okay.
So I also want to hear your perspective.
Okay, you want my perspective
before
first,
we get to the update? Yeah.
Or before the comments?
Oh, I could. Oh, well, yeah. Let me hear your perspective before we get to the comments.
My initial overall response to that is 2 wrongs don't make a right.
Yep, that's true.
Now, Noelle has no ground to stand on for being upset for what she did. You know, I mean, yeah,
No.
she can kick rocks. She can kick all the rocks with open-toed shoes. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
But I mean,
so do you think she's the asshole or not the asshole?
Partially. I mean,
so you're mixed.
Yeah, because you know she was linking up with the dude. They had like trauma bonding, I guess, from their past relationships. But she knew he was still with Noelle, and she still went through and put her what she put her through. You know what I mean?
True.
And so it's like, come
or
on.
worse, because she got pregnant.
Yeah.
So
an eye for an eye.
Yeah.
The whole world will go blind.
So, as you can probably imagine, there's a lot of comments for this.
Yeah,
but I had to filter through to, get some of the
Are you
good
allowed to
ones.
ride the fence on these things?
Yeah, there's some people who are mixed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if I should like choose like, you're an asshole or no, you did the right thing.
No, there's definitely people who were in the middle.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first one says, not the asshole. This is a mess, but you didn't make it. She's been shady for years. Honestly, you weren't trying to steal her man. You were just venting and it spiraled out of control. It's not on you that she ultimately messed things up. But that's also like not taking accountability.
Right.
There needs to be some type of accountability. This other person said, you're the asshole, but let's not forget, he knew what he was doing. He didn't give her a clean break. He was emotionally involved with you while still engaged, and that's problematic too. That's true. Because he was still engaged when he was venting and linking up and all of that.
Right.
But I mean, I kind of get it because he was on the rocks with her. They were definitely on the rocks with her, cheating and him confronting her. And after that, I guess she was still trying to keep him around though.
Maybe.
So, because he said that she begged him, to stay and stuff. Okay, so the next one is not the asshole. She's the one who's been cheating for years. He wasn't perfect, but you didn't make him cheat. This is on them more than you.
Yeah, I agree with that one. They're both still together. I mean, especially if he knew that he knows he's still with Noelle, and he's still. I mean, maybe he felt like it was justification for him as well.
Yeah. get back, a little bit of a get back,
a little bit of a get back,
some revenge. Actually, here's one that says they're in between, not blaming you entirely, but the fiance messed up too. He knew he was unhappy, but he chose to get with you instead of dealing with his issues. You're not alone in this mess. He played a part.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He should have ended things. He should have ended the engagement right after she cheated. The whole, we've been together 10 years, maybe we could work it out. I don't know if that, that's not enough. They should have ended it.
So they're both like, right there. They're both a cheek of the ass. You know what I'm saying? And in the middle, they'll both make a hole. Oh. They did it together. You know what I'm saying? Not one of them is an asshole, but they're both a cheek, and in the middle there's a hole. A middle of them, there's a void.
Is that the girl who was in between them?
She could be the hole too. She's an ass.
She all together they create the asshole.
Yeah.
You admitted yourself. Oh, this one says you're the asshole. You admitted yourself it spiraled. Once it turned into more than venting, you crossed the line. I'm not saying you're terrible, but you knew he was engaged. That's where you went wrong. So yeah, she knew it was going in a direction where she could have stopped it.
Right.
Why was she still in the picture? That's the real question. Why were you in the picture? Did you have ulterior motive? Or did she? I guess she just really enjoyed his company.
Did she know who he was before?
Yeah, it said that she
I mean, she met him.
But not when she met him. She didn't learn when she actually met him, because it said, she met him. She thought he was nice, but it said, but here's the gag. Ryan isn't just some random guy like I thought. He's Noelle's fiance. I was shook. Like, what the fuck? Or WTF? What are the odds?
Okay. So she found out over time after she met him.
After he was probably venting.
She probably was like, okay, I got the rebound going on.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? They were probably showing each other pictures of their exes in their phone. And then next thing you know, hey, I know her.
Yeah.
Okay. You could have been nice. I'm making up scenarios, but.
Yeah. That sounds like
totally
probably how
plausible.
It was. Yeah. The next one says not the asshole. This is complicated, but the fiance is also at fault. He wasn't upfront with her. He should have closed things with her before starting with you. I get the venting, but this should have been settled first. So kind of along the same vibe as the other commenters. This one says not the asshole. It's a tough spot, but this situation is really complicated. She's been shady and he was miserable with her. You knew who he was, and getting pregnant complicated things more. You're both responsible, but it wasn't intentional.
Yeah.
It wasn't intentional, but they are both responsible for that, for what happened.
Absolutely.
And this is the last one I'll read before I get to the update. It says you're the asshole. I'm saying you're the asshole, but not maliciously. You didn't set out to hurt anyone, but now you're pregnant with her fiance's baby. That's tough. You're in the middle of a mess, and it's all complicated now. Now, I will say, I guess the reason why she gave an update is because there were so many people who pretty much had the same questions. They were saying, I read one. This person said, it was another not the asshole, but they said, I don't even know how you're dealing with all this drama. Props to you. What's the vibe now? How's he handling everything with the baby on the way? Has she tried to come back into the picture? Because remember, he ended the engagement.
Right.
So I'll go back to the update. So the update is, she said, a lot of people have been asking how things are going since everything happened. So here's an update. Ryan's been fully committed to the baby, coming to doctor's appointments, researching baby stuff, and really stepping up. We're not together or anything, though. We both agreed to focus on being good parents for now and figure the rest out as we go. Things are still messy, but we're taking it one day at a time and making it work. Now it says, as for Noelle, it seems like she hasn't let things go. Ryan doesn't follow her anymore, but mutual friends have told him she's been posting passive-aggressive stuff on social media, throwing shade without using names. She's also been sharing her version of events with anyone who'll listen, trying to paint herself as the victim. I don't follow her and don't have mutual friends with her, so I only hear bits and pieces from Ryan. Honestly, I'm staying out of it and keeping my focus on the baby.
It's the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Stay out of all their business.
Yeah.
She's got a soul tie with this man.
Yeah.
And he's got like drama and baggage with, his ex-fiance. So.
Yep.
But I mean, try to stay far away from their drama is
the best
as
thing
you possibly
she could do.
can.
Yeah.
And then like think of it like this. What if he decides to, reconcile with his ex-fiance? Then what do you do?
I thought about that actually.
Like as the mother of the child.
Like
what do you
I
do?
actually want another update. Like, has he done that? Has he been still in? Well, it did say that they don't follow each other anymore, but you never know.
Yeah.
I also was kind of curious. Did the girl go back to the other ex? Like, the
it seemed like he just
ex.
dropped out of the question.
Well,
he just dropped out of the equation.
Well, she told Ryan I broke things off with him months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably why.
Yeah, he just moved on.
Well, he was probably a creep. He was cheating on his girl with her. So he was a creep already. He was probably cheating once again. Why didn't he ever want to commit with her? Well, she was engaged. I don't know. It's messy. But I did want to read some of the responses because there were some for the updates, not many, that I was going to read. But someone said, I respect that you're staying out of the drama with her. Sounds like the best move for now, especially with everything going on. That's what one person said. Another said, it's good to hear he's stepping up for the baby. Hopefully things stay on that and not the drama with her. Stay strong.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. And the last one I'll read. It just says, this whole thing is wild, but I'm happy to hear that at least there's progress. It's good to know he's being there for the baby. So.
Stand up guy. Yeah. Give him a round of applause. That's all you can ask for.
I mean, honestly, it sounds like he was a stand up guy all alone, but he was dealing with heartbreak.
Yeah.
And maybe he never experienced a woman cheating on him, and he probably was processing everything. How old he was? I think it said he was. Wait, he is 32. That's still,
it's relatively young for a guy.
Yeah, and they were together for 10 years, so he would have been like 22. So
if that's all he knew, he was probably kind of hooked.
Yeah,
in there
for sure.
Already. Well,
and the girl was 30, so she would have been about 20 when they got together. But she was a cheater, so I don't know. I can't say much for the girl Noelle. She's just trash.
Well, okay, so they got together when he was 22. She cheated on him for 4 years.
5.
5 years.
5.
That's
now,
crazy.
I don't know if it was... She never explained if it was like consistent or if it was off and on.
What is off and on? I mean, for 5 years, that's
like because somebody say for 5 years they could have been they could have took a year break or something.
Still, they kept in touch.
Yeah.
Over time, it was just there was something there for them.
Yeah.
Why they didn't get together is
also something I just thought about. What's her definition of cheating? Were they sleeping together or were they like
eating, going out for dinner?
Were they cheating? You know how you could cheat by texting, emotion. Like some people consider that type of cheating, like emotional cheating. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
What about in your dreams? Cheating is that cheating?
In your dreams? Yeah, it could be. So that's a whole nother topic. What's considered as cheating? That we might have to do that. Look up the Ask Reddit for that. See what people think. But yeah, that was my thread dive.
That was very interesting.
Yeah, that was a lot.
That was. I appreciate the
heavy.
Updates and all the extra comments and stuff too.
Yeah.
That was good.
So.
Well, you ready for mine?
Yes, for sure.
I also have an Am I the Asshole?
Okay.
From Reddit. So it's titled, Am I the Asshole for Going to a Strip Club?
Okay.
All right. When my girlfriend and I got together, we ended up talking about things that we would accept from the other person, ergo, what we classed as cheating.
Okay.
One of the things my girlfriend mentioned was going to a strip club. She said...
Wait, so she thinks going to a strip club is cheating? Is that what is that what he said? Did he say...
He just said that's one of the things she mentioned. Nah, I don't know what... I don't know whether she considers just walking into the doors cheating or, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah, because I was about to say, yeah, we definitely need to figure out what people think is cheating.
Yeah, right. Well, let's see. She said she wouldn't have an issue with me going to a strip club, and she'd be fine with it, but she'd draw the line at me getting a private lap dance.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's where she draws. She doesn't want nobody touching her man.
Okay. That's
understandable, I guess.
Yeah, that's understandable.
But I mean, the most important thing is she laid down that boundary. Okay?
Yeah.
I told her I never really saw the appeal of strip clubs anyway, and that I see paying for dances, etc., as a waste of time and money.
Okay.
It comes up a few times in conversations since, as some of her friends went to watch a male stripper show, and a relative of mine hired strippers for his friend's stag party, and every time it came up, my girlfriend's opinion remained the same. So it seems like, you know, she's had friends that probably went out to strip clubs, and he's got friends that probably have like bachelor parties and they order strippers or hire strippers, and you know, it's come up, but you know, hey, don't let nobody touch it. That's where I'm at with this right now. It was a friend of mine's 30th birthday a couple weeks ago, and a group of us went to a different city for the night to go out for drinks. After a few drinks, my friend wanted to go to a strip club. A few of the group wanted to go, and a couple of us didn't. But since it was his birthday, we all went, because you know you got to support. You got to roll. You got to ride or die.
Yeah, support the homies.
Support the homies. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none.
Okay. I don't know if I should agree with that or not.
Some of them paid for private dances, but I stayed near the bar with one of the guys and had a few games of pool or billiards, for those who aren't familiar with the term pool.
Okay.
The dancers were walking around trying to talk to people or trying to talk people into private dances, but I did not succumb.
Okay, that's good.
The next morning, I traveled home. My girlfriend asked how the night was, and I tell her it was all good. I tell her about the places we went, and she was fine with it and happy that I had a good time with all my friends and that I respected her boundaries and did not get a private lap dance at the strip clubs.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
She's cool with everything that went down.
Okay.
He was honest, upfront. She mentioned to a friend of hers about the night, and her friend immediately starts saying how disgusting I am and how my girlfriend shouldn't put up with it.
Wow.
When my girlfriend got home, she said what her friend said, and that she thinks I should have not gone to the strip club. I point out that she was fine with it until her friend told her she shouldn't be. I told her she shouldn't be letting her friend dictate what the boundaries are in our relationship.
I agree.
And that she had no concerns at all until her friend had a different view. My girlfriend just said that her friend said how disrespectful it was, or how disrespectful it was or what I have done, and that I should apologize. I told her I'm not apologizing just because her friend thinks I should, and that we should be the ones deciding our boundaries, not her friends.
Yeah.
But she said she thinks I'm being unreasonable. Am I the asshole for going to the strip club?
My answer is no, not the asshole. I mean, why is the friend speaking for his girl? Like, I don't understand.
There's a thing amongst women called the echo chamber. And, you know, they all unite in this chamber and like just echo the BS, you know what I'm saying, in today's society. And then they're just like, oh, I'm going to listen to my friend and she's right. Get persuaded, easily persuaded with bad advice. You know, I think it's kind of like sometimes it's deep down inside. I think it's some kind of like sabotage thing. Maybe her friend doesn't have a man.
That's plausible.
Right.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of the Genuine song. ain't none of your friends' business. But my perspective is, okay, so there is one thing he probably could have did, which is he probably could have talked to her up front to get her feelings on, like, if she was cool with him going or not. Because I think he said not everyone went. Is that what he said?
He said not everybody wanted to go, but they all went.
Oh, they all went. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Just to show support for their homeboy's
Well, then,
birthday.
yeah, I think it's fine that he went.
And he went home, told her everything, in which she said, I'm fine with all that, saying you respected the boundaries,
I think what needs to happen is she needs to be able to have her own mind and not allow her friend to tell her what her man should be doing in her relationship.
There you go.
Like, this isn't her friend's man and her friend's relationship. Why is her friend telling you how you should be handling your man? Like, that's weird. But
grow a backbone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because based off what he's saying, he's like, well, my friend said you need to apologize. My friend said, like, why is your friend talking for you?
Right. And I mean, it just doesn't make sense. If you laid your boundaries and I didn't cross those boundaries, then everything should be fine.
And I know, like, with us, we've went on trips with, like, I went with my sister one time and some friends to Florida, and we went to a male strip club, and I told you, and you were fine.
Right.
You've went to trips with your guy friends, and y'all went to strip clubs, and I don't know, like,
no muss, no fuss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So as long as there's honesty and you're up front, or not necessarily up front, because he went and then told her, so that's technically not up front. But at least he was honest about what he did.
Yeah.
Or where he went.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why he needs to apologize, especially if she was okay with everything. Yeah.
That's all it came down to. And that's what was difficult in the comments, because everybody, I'll just say it out front, everybody agreed that he's not the asshole.
Okay.
Right? So, and everybody pretty much said the same thing. Like, for one, this first one said, boundary movement is fine, but that's for the future.
Mm-hmm.
She can't possibly ask you to apologize for an action prior to the boundary movement. Also, the boundary movement has to be agreed upon by both.
Yeah, I agree.
So she set a boundary. He didn't cross it.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's true. Because she did say that she was okay with him going to the strip club.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he didn't get a private dance, and he didn't do that. So he followed the rules. Not that he should feel like he has any, like, in that way, like, but boundaries. I should say boundaries, not rules. He didn't cross boundaries.
Let's see this next one. It's a pretty long one. Okay, not the asshole. Mm-hmm. Boundaries were discussed and respected. It's fine if she now wants to discuss changing her boundaries, but having you apologize for something that was previously agreed on, no. She might need to take a minute, and you probably need to talk about why a single conversation made her change her mind.
I think what it is she probably wasn't upfront and honest with him about how she really felt. I think she called her friend, told her friend she felt some type of way, and her friend was like, you need to tell him. But she was so scared to probably be direct. So she was like, well, I talked to my friend, and my friend, she probably put it all on the friend instead of just being direct, and was like, and letting him know, hey, what you did actually made me feel some type of way. I really don't like it.
But I mean, do that in the initial conversation. Exactly. Or do you think she even knew that she would feel that way? You think that's a possibility? She thought she was tougher than she put on?
Maybe when it settled in. Yeah.
And when she really actually thought about it.
Or she could have just not known how to let him know, because sometimes some women are like scared to like express themselves in situations like that because they're afraid the man might get upset, or they might, push him away, or, so I think she probably, well, I mean, obviously we don't know what happened. There's no update.
There was no update.
Yeah. So, but from my assumption, she probably either felt some type of way up front, but just didn't know how to say it, or after things settled in and she had the conversation with her friend, the emotions started stirring up, and she realized, I really do feel some type of way about this. I really don't like that it happened.
I'll say this. I'll give her one point for this, because when they did have their initial conversation, like you were saying, she brought that up as a concern.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I don't see the point in going to strip clubs.
He did.
I don't really, do that.
Yeah.
So I wonder if she would have replied or handled it differently if, while they were out, he was like, hey, we're almost done. The fellas want to hit up a strip club and da-da-da-da. What she would have said, or would she have been like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Just
that upfront conversation.
Right. I think the fact that he came home and said, yeah, we hit a strip club up, and it was probably like, here was like, okay, I'm assuming she started feeling some type of way, but she had already told him, just as long as you don't, get lap dances, that's fine.
And there was more context, because I think you said they were in another city and he didn't come home till the next day.
Yeah.
So that all of that kind of probably could have played in her mind, like, well, what really happened with this strip club thing?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all was going to strip clubs, you didn't come home. What, like, she probably was in her head about it all.
Yeah.
That's a good one, though. That's good.
Let's see this one. This next comment, like I said, all these comments are pretty much saying the same thing, though. But she can't change her boundaries after the fact and then get mad.
Mm-hmm.
You respected what she asked you to do. If she now feels differently, then for the next time. But she can't move the goalpost after the event and ask you for an apology.
That's true. Yeah.
A man spit in bars.
That's true. I agree.
Let's see. This one does sound like a little disagreement with the previous one, but we'll see. She can change her mind, but she doesn't get to be upset at him when she was always fine with it.
Yeah.
And was fine with it after he went. She changed her mind after her friend said her piece, not before or even after he went.
Yeah, I
agree.
So
I do agree. It was like a lot of influence from her friend. I do believe, but I still think there was a little seed in there that was kind of bothering her, and it was growing. It was probably going to grow over time.
I was going to make a comment earlier when they were saying like she can't change her mind, and I was like, technically she can,
right?
Because she's a grown woman. If she wants to change her mind, she can change her mind. No one can stop her,
right?
But I get the context. I get where they're going with it.
Yeah. So that was all for my my thread dive.
Yeah, that was a good one.
It is something interesting.
Yeah, because it's more so about the bigger conversation is, why do people let their friends dictate what should go on in their relationship? That's the bigger question.
Sometimes it's I don't know if it's it could be something like, oh, I wish I were single like my friend, or I wish I had that freedom, but then at the same time they're like, I don't want to be lonely and by myself. So I don't know. There are some benefits to being free or single, and just having the freedom to go out and do what you want when you want.
Yeah.
But in the end, you just have to weigh that, on what you really want for your future.
Yeah.
I say.
I agree.
But in the end, you got to make your own decisions. You got to be a grown up.
Yeah.
That's all. That is all.
All right. So, are you ready to move into fact attack?
Fact attack. Yeah, let's
go. Fact attack. Sometimes that could be a little tongue twister.
Fact attack. How many times can you say that? And how fast?
I'm not even gonna try. I just almost messed it up just saying it that one time.
Mm-hmm. So do you want to start out? My fact's pretty short.
Okay. Oh, you want me to?
Or do you want me to start it out?
No, I can start it. Okay. So, for mine, have you ever heard of the phantom limb sensation?
I can't say that I have.
Okay. All right. So it's when someone loses a limb,
okay,
but their brain still thinks it's there. And that they might feel it
kind
itch.
of self-explanatory.
Yeah. They might feel it itch, tingle, or even in pain.
Like in the empty space?
Yeah. And it says, and no, it's not just in their head. Well, technically it is in their head, but not like most would think. The brain's map of the body still includes the missing limb. So it sends out signals that trick the person into thinking it's there.
Mm.
Some people even feel like they can move the missing arm or leg, that it's touching something. So, yeah. So it's kind of wild.
That is.
And definitely a bit creepy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that is something they experience. So they said that, some people feel like they can move it and everything.
That's interesting.
That's weird.
Mm.
I don't even know how the brain would, like, that's weird.
I mean, I'm assuming
not weird. I don't want to say
because I mean it's still probably like some nerves down there that are like or whatever limb. There's like nerves that are still processing things, and maybe with the missing appendage, it's just it goes out into the ether.
Well, yeah, because it says the brain's map of the body still includes it.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is really weird when you start thinking about how the brain works, and
So does that mean the brain really doesn't know how to accept reality?
Ooh, that might be. Let's look for that for next fact attack.
There you go.
We might find a new fact.
How does the brain work?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Does brain not accept reality?
The brain can accept that you've lost a limb.
Exactly.
So it still maps out like that it's still there.
It hasn't made that adjustment.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's interesting.
Mm.
We have to look into that. Yeah.
Look at us trying to sound like scholars. Ooh.
Young scholars.
Young scholars. My fact attack is a food one.
Okay.
All right.
Hope it's not gross like last episode stuff.
No. Everybody loves pound cake.
Okay.
And it's how pound cake got its name.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds like Sexy Red.
Not Pound Town.
Oh, that's Pound Town. You're right. Okay,
not Pound Town. I mean, people pound cakes, but you know what I mean? We're talking about the bread, moist bread.
I think what I meant there, I think there's a Drake song titled Pound Cake. I think there is.
Is there? I don't really listen to much. Is it a slow song or is it like one of his rap songs?
Don't quote me on that, but I have to look it up. Yeah.
Let's look that up and then I'll let you know what I find.
Okay.
But yes, pound cake. The first published pound cake recipe was included in The Art of Cookery, Made Plain and Easy, an English cookbook written by Hannah Glass in 1747.
Ooh.
The original recipe was essentially a cake that was made from a pound of flour, a pound of sugar, a pound of butter.
See where this is going?
And a pound of eggs.
Yeah, I saw where that was going.
Yeah. This is actually where the pound cake received its name. Each ingredient added to the cake weighed 1 pound. At a time when most people were illiterate or not able to read or write, this simple recipe was likely easy for anyone to remember without needing to refer to a cookbook.
That makes sense.
Just put a pound of everything in there.
Everything.
Mix it up and bake it.
I'm assuming that recipe still works because I might have to try it.
Yeah, I think people even add lemon flavors to it sometime.
Yeah, we could try that. That might be fun.
There you go.
Never thought about that.
Make a good pound cake.
Yeah, I like pound cake.
And probably go to Pound Town afterwards.
Oh. Hey, I didn't mean to say that song.
No. Not too much.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
We'll clean that up. So what's next? What do you want to do?
So we have this or that.
This or that.
Yes.
What do you want to?
I guess I'll go first.
We're gonna stick with that trend. You going first tonight? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why that sounded so sexual when you said that, but I'm gonna just smooth, right? Like go on past that.
Pound Town. You're thinking about Pound Town.
I'm gonna get my mind out together. Okay. All right. So would you rather be able to eat anything you want without gaining weight, but everything tastes like cardboard, or have food that tastes amazing, but you can only eat the same thing forever?
I think I'm going to go with the latter. I'm going to have food that tastes great.
Yeah.
But I eat the same thing forever. So. There's no point in eating whatever I want and it tastes like cardboard.
Well, it's not just eating whatever you want, but, yeah, I guess because you're not gaining weight. Yeah, the same thing. Yeah.
I mean, do you think it still smells good? Because, isn't smell associated with taste? So it probably couldn't even smell it, right? Is it going to smell like cardboard?
Probably.
Ew.
Yeah, ew. That's nasty.
Yeah.
No. I agree. That's like eating, like, how the kids have those like toy cardboard like food.
So I'm going to add on to your question. What would you actually choose to eat for the rest of your life?
Oh, well, one.
Or what was your?
I will choose that I will eat something that tastes amazing for forever. And since we recently passed Thanksgiving, my idea was I would just have a plate of Thanksgiving food. And I could just pick off things.
Okay. Does this stuff just magically show up, or do you got to cook it?
I don't know.
That's a lot going on.
They didn't say that.
Yeah, Thanksgiving food, man. You can't really beat that.
Yeah. So
I was thinking like pizza or something. Because
they
simple.
said you can only eat the same thing forever. Yeah. Now, could Thanksgiving food? But I mean, there's so many different things that you can have on the plate. Especially like the Thanksgiving, like we had ribs and everything. So I mean, how can you go wrong?
Phenomenal.
Yeah, how can you go wrong?
Very good. Yeah, I think I'm still gonna stick with pizza.
Every day.
Yeah.
Forever.
Forever.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
No. Not every day forever.
I like pizza.
However, I will say my idea, I will be like 300 pounds. I'll be on like the show 300. What is it called? My 300-pound life or 600-pound life. I don't know what one of those TLC like shows.
I don't know. Yeah.
I probably like better think of something else.
Yeah. If you eat that much food all the time, oh yeah.
Well, I can say this: my favorite meal is usually loaded mashed potatoes with broccoli, with cheese, and steak, filet mignon.
There you go. Some protein in there.
Yeah, so I could probably eat that. I don't know if I want anything forever though.
That's the only bad thing about it. I gotta eat this forever.
Forever.
But it's gonna taste amazing.
Forever? Oh, sorry.
It is gonna taste amazing.
I gotta not get copyrighted on my singing and adding in my
there you go.
My song Rolodex.
All right. I've got an interesting one.
Okay.
Would you rather have a rewind button for your life, but it only works once a year?
Okay.
Or a pause button, but it lasts for 10 seconds only?
I'm going to rewind it. Might as well, because if I already did it, I probably mess something up and I'd be like, rewind, let's start that over. But if I pause, it's kind of like I'm pausing before I did anything, So what am I?
But
I mean, it's like freezing time.
What is the length of the rewind? Is it, can you rewind as far as you want, or is it like you can only rewind a certain amount of time?
It doesn't say.
No, it doesn't say.
Yeah, I'm a rewind.
All the way back?
No, not all the way. I don't want to. I still want to be an adult. I don't want to go back to childhood and all of that. Maybe I was thinking short time span. I was thinking like you're in the moment and you can do a quick rewind back.
But it's only you can do it once a year. When would you choose to do that?
Oh, you're right. Dang it! So the pause. You're right. I was thinking ahead. Like I wasn't thinking about that. I was comparing it to the pause. So the pause you could do daily. What was the pause?
Yeah, you can do the pause, but it only lasts for 10 seconds at a time. But it sounds like you've got unlimited pauses.
But why would I want to pause for 10 seconds?
I don't know.
What would be the reason?
What would be the reason to stop time for 10 seconds?
I mean, I've seen it in movies. You know, like, what was that movie where there was a baby falling out the sky and some other stuff, and he froze everything? So it was like people falling.
Okay, that was The Flash.
Okay, and he had to pause time.
Right.
But
well, he was just moving that fast. That's how fast he was moving.
Oh, I thought he paused. I see. I don't know nothing about these characters.
I got to get you into the superheroes.
But 10 seconds he wouldn't have been able to do that. Well, if he's moving as fast as he is, he probably would in 10 seconds. But 10 seconds is like nothing.
Yeah, it really is.
Rewind.
You want to rewind?
Yeah.
Once a year.
Yeah. What about you?
Like I said, for me, it would depend on how much I could rewind, because once a year is that's a long time. But based off of not having that information, I think I would take the pause.
So just as quick as you say pause, you'll be done.
It's going to be 10 seconds. Like I could say pause, but with 10 seconds, I'm downstairs. Okay. And then it'll unpause, and you'll be like, "Where'd he go?"
Okay. All right. You can get in and out of places.
In and out, yeah.
So that's what you're
yeah.
Get in.
Yeah. If I need to make a quick escape or something, man, pause for 10 seconds, I'm gone.
Hey, I asked what were scenarios, and you didn't give me that good scenario. I probably would have chose pause too.
Yeah, they come as they come.
Yeah. So
that's this or that.
If you're ready, we can move into good vibes only.
Okay.
And end things on a little lighthearted, positive vibe.
Awesome.
Today's story is called The Adventures of Frank, the Overconfident Skydiver.
Overconfident Skydiver. So these are going to have good vibes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good vibes.
Like, he survived, so that's a good vibe.
Yes. You're on track.
Okay.
But let's read it.
Okay. I'm just
you made me
when you say overconfident skydiver, it's like, okay.
Okay. Frank was a guy who was way too confident for his own good. One weekend, he decided to cross skydiving off his bucket list. His friends were skeptical, but
so he's never even done it before.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay, this is gonna be good.
All right. Can I'm gonna rewind.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna use my rewind button right now. Okay.
Don't waste it. It's gonna be a whole other year before you can do it again.
All right.
Oh. Pause. I need 10 seconds.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Frank was a guy. Look at you. You got
to get it out. Let's go.
Okay. Frank was a guy who was way too confident for his own good. One weekend, he decided to cross skydiving off his bucket list. His friends were skeptical, but Frank wasn't having it. How hard can it be? He said. You jump out of a plane, pull a cord, and float down. Piece of cake. Mm. Piece of pound cake. Okay. You are making me.
You're making yourself laugh. I'm not doing anything
during the story. Okay. All right. The day of the jump arrived. Frank suited up, ignoring the instructor's warnings. Just follow the instructions and you'll be fine, the instructor said. Yeah, Frank replied, already picturing himself as the next viral sensation. At 10,000 feet, the door opened. Frank hesitated for half a second, then leaped out of the plane like a fearless superhero until he realized he hadn't pulled the ripcord. For a moment, he felt like the world was laughing at him. He quickly yanked it, but the parachute didn't open. Panic set in. Okay, not funny anymore, Frank thought. In a last-ditch effort, he tried pulling every cord he could find, looking like a madman midair. Finally, with seconds to spare, the parachute deployed right before he crashed into a tree. As Frank landed, tangled in branches and covered in leaves, he muttered to himself, "Well, that was interesting." The instructor came over, shaking his head. "You okay?" Frank, looking more like a pile of leaves than a skydiver, looked up and grinned. "Yeah, but next time I'll read the manual." And it says the lesson of this story is confidence is great, but sometimes it's better to listen to the experts and not act like you've got it all figured out, especially when you're about to fall out of a plane.
Bars, man. Oh my gosh. So I was right. It was more like a survival. Those are good vibes. Oh, I survived. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's why I said you were kind of on point with it.
On the money.
But,
well, what brought it all together when you said, "Oh, he just decided to go skydiving." It was like, what?
Yeah. I mean, he was overconfident for no reason, no apparent reason. I mean, he thought he had it figured out.
Okay.
I mean, jump out, pull the cord.
I've accomplished so much in my life. I can do this.
Yeah.
Piece of pound town cake. We're not going to let that die. That's all right. You can see it was your fault, too. You brought it in.
Hey.
That was good.
Yeah. So, but what do you think about the lesson?
Yeah, the lesson is definitely, listen to instructions and your instructors, please.
Yes.
Don't be overconfident. Be confident.
Yeah.
Overconfident can get you in some deep doo-doo.
So how do you feel about skydiving?
I used to want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I probably still would.
Okay.
If given the opportunity.
I would not be doing it. No. I'm already.
So we're going to have to compromise and find an indoor skydiving place.
Yeah, that I will do. Yeah. I will do that.
That will be a little lackluster for me, but, it probably simulates the real thing.
I wouldn't
mind
enough. Supporting you. I'll
like being holding my hands as we jump out the plane.
No. Like standing somewhere, like I don't know, wherever the building where you park the car. I'll be waiting over there, drinking some coffee or something.
With your binoculars, looking to see my
with
parachute.
All of my extra creamer in it.
Oh my goodness!
I said that last episode. You were not feeling that, but
black coffee, no sugar, no cream.
But no, I wouldn't be skydiving. But I agree with the sentiment of listening to the experts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was a good one.
That is a good one.
Yeah,
I like that
because he went into it strong.
I got this.
Yeah,
no one can stop me.
Yeah, until you're midair. Why would you? Yeah, I don't know. That's serious right there.
I can't find the zip cord. A little too late for that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man.
Should have been listening.
Oh jeez.
Well,
yeah, I would definitely be more cautious if I were to do it.
Yeah. Well, today was a good episode.
I thought so.
Yeah, it's pretty juicy.
Yeah.
Stories, the thread dives were pretty good.
The thread dives were good and juicy. We tried to clean it up with some fun facts, but one of them got a little tainted.
My bad.
It was good. Yeah. It was good. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah. Nice, light-hearted episode.
But I guess that's it.
Yep.
This has been the Lion and Rose podcast. I'm Emile Leone.
And I'm Nilani Rose. Peace out.
We'll see you next time.